Hi, how's it going today? It's Thomas Steed here. Wanted to do another video. I told you guys as soon as it got here I would show you guys. This is the, whoa, upside down. Alright, so this is the Parallel Bible. It is produced by Zondervan. Zondervan's also the company that now is producing the Thompson Chain Reference, my personal favorite study Bible that you can get your hands on. And anyways, so this one has the NIV, the King James Version, the NASB, and the Amplified. Now, I don't have really much of any opinion of the NASB yet. I'm relatively indifferent on the NIV. A lot of people like it. I've never really had one, and I've heard of it being referred to as the nearly inspired version and stuff like that. And I've read that there's certain things where people have taken liberty or opinion supposedly in that translation, but I can't tell you specifically because I haven't read it yet. So that's purely speculation. If you love the NIV, I'm sorry. If I hurt your feelings there. But the Amplified, I have read good portions of Amplified, and I love the Amplified. And the King James Version, you can't go wrong with the tried and true. Obviously, my preference is the New King James Version, which is a little bit of a step up off of that initial King James. And I also love the 1611. If you've ever had an opportunity to look at that one, at some point I'll probably do another video and kind of go a little bit further into the 1611. It actually has the Apocrypha in it still, which is the several of the books that were removed. And this one doesn't. I'm going off on a tangent here, guys. I'm sorry. So, this is the leather soft version of it. It's got, you can see the those four nice cross on the front. It's a pretty thick Bible, I'd say. This is probably a good 2, maybe 3 inches, somewhere around there. I don't have a tape measure right handy, or else I'd be able to tell you exactly. So, the way that this is laid out, as you can see, so that everything's lined up pretty evenly, and you've got the New International Version, King James Version, New American Standard Bible, and then the Amplified Version last. And the Amplified Version, they definitely went and delved deeper into the words of the Greek and Hebrew and kind of brought that out a little bit further into context. And so I really do like the Amplified Bible. It's a fantastic Bible. And that's part of why I opted for this one. Aside from the fact that I wanted an Amplified Bible myself, just to have in comparison, but to be able to have that plus 3 other versions right there in the same book as a cross-referencing piece of material. I mean, this is, you can't go better. I mean, you can't do better than that. I mean, if you added another 2 and you had 6 versions in here, I mean, the thing would be a tome. It's already a tome. It's huge. So I am super, super excited about this. Having 4 Bibles in one, I mean, that's just about enough of bells and whistles on its own. So, I mean, really, it doesn't have much of anything of a concordance. It's got biblical units in the back. It's got some math for all you engineers out there. Math nerds. We've got biblical units. We've got approximate American equivalents and approximate metric equivalents. See that? Conversion chart in your Bible. That's awesome. Normally I have to go to, the engineer's handbook or the machinery's handbook for all those fun pages. If you've ever had or held a machinery's handbook, you know what I'm talking about. It's the other Bible for math nerds. In any event, we're not going into all that. So this is we got a preface and a publisher's preface or preface, if that's how you prefer to say that. It's preface to the Amplified Bible here, and then it goes into the Old Testament. So, in any event, we've already pushed past 6 minutes of me being giddy like a schoolgirl about this new Bible, and hopefully I've been able to give you guys a little bit further insight into this if you were looking at it. Same deal with this one as with the last one that I'd shown you guys if you watched that video chronologically. The chronological Bible that I did that video. If you were watching in chronology of my videos here, then obviously you would know that for these ones right here, I've opted for the leather soft, the imitation leather. I'm all about leather, guys. I really am. But when it comes, I've come to find over the years with Bibles, unless you're buying a really high-end Bible that's probably $200-300 and it's really high quality top grain leather and or goat skin or calf skin or something else like that. If your Bible says bonded leather and that's the option, don't do it, okay? It's not that much better than the imitation leather. And when it comes down to the construction of your Bible, realistically, the binding itself is probably the more important factor of how well it's going to hold up in the future, because as I've mentioned before, once your cover starts to go, you can get it rebound, you can have it recovered, but you're going to spend a bit more money having to have it rebound if it's just like an adhesive bound Bible where it's pretty much just glued together with a piece of fabric taping on the back. If it's sewn, it's a much higher quality, such as like a Smith sewn. There's a few different other names and types and ways that they do, but Smith sewn is pretty much the gold standard when it comes down to it. Now, I don't believe that this is actually a sewn satin ribbon. I want to say this is just a pretty standard glued binding. So I'm gonna take liberty here and say that when this one is ready to start going, it's going to end up costing to have it rebound and glued. And that's fine. That's fine, because this is one of those Bibles that, I'm looking at for the long term. It's probably going to get passed down to my kids. And if I turn around and I spend another $200 to take a Bible that I spent $50 on and make it worth that money, that's money well spent, and it's money that goes into a small businessman's pocket. And I'm all about helping out small businessmen doing their arts and their trades, especially when it comes to like leather work and old school craftsmanship. I really I appreciate it. there's a lot of skills and stuff that people have lost over the years in our modern days of, everything's just mass produced and churn and burn society. And we need to get away from that and take pride in the things that we make and do. Anyways, that's my review on this. And some rambling is about some other stuff. But in any event, thank you for your time. If you're looking into this, I hope I was able to give you a little bit of a better idea. Thank you for your time. You have a good one.